most Turkish thing about me is my obsession with modernism, and my only access basically is through summer holidays. So in this exhibition, you are visiting basically my teenage years somehow at the Aegean shoreside. The summer experience isn't a linear one. It's one that is like very personal. It is intergenerational, as I've discovered here, because when I talk to people in the gallery who are like 15 years younger than me, they're almost like a different generation. We share similar experiences through different times. On the one hand, like holidays have been this very long period of time where you escape from the city and you kind of dive into a different lifestyle. It's actually a very bourgeois idea from the 19th century where wealthy people would go to their summer houses and stay there for 3 months and come back and be prepared for the winter. But for many women, it didn't mean holidays. It's basically the same chores you would do at home, but transferred to a different place. As you can see in the show, we have a lot of protagonists. We have a big highlight of 2 photographs from my personal archive from 2008, which is one of my neighbor's houses. That is for me like the ideal of a schizophrenic house, because it's like one half looks different than the other one. It's like this idea of like having a unified house is not there, because everyone wants to show their own personality, their own attitude towards comfort. And then the other one is also a very personal image for me, which is the one of the trash can. It's kind of a meeting point. It's a meeting point for neighbors, because everybody sees you, what kind of trash you're carrying when you go through the whole condo to move to the trash bin. But at the same time, it's a meeting spot for animals like cats and dogs. It's a meeting spot where you see like people coming from the beach, so you can have conversations with them, like how the sea is today. Is it flat? Is it wavy? Is it clean? Is it dirty? So it's like a social anchor. That's why this is like such a unifying image that I wanted to have enlarged as a background. This time where you look out to look inside of yourself, or like you look to the sea and you look inside of yourself, is transported to what I call the landscape paintings, where you look in and of course you're like intrigued by the shape, but when you look closer you see bits and parts of trees and of texture that like allude to different scenography. And those puzzle pieces I started years ago when I was trying to find a different surface of how to unify images and work with photography. And puzzle is like such a holiday activity or relaxing activity. Some of the puzzles are prints of my photographs, and some are actually found images, especially the cats and dogs and the dogs. In the summertime, I find like people are so much more humble towards cats and dogs and so much more loving. Some take them in, some become temporary pet owners, but by the time summer ends, those pets are kind of left behind and are kind of lost because they were domesticized within a span of 3 months and then left alone to be there. This is for me also like an allegory of being an inhabitant of a summer house or a beach house for a limited amount of time, to be domesticized differently, and then it's time to go back into reality. Of course, you can also say that the cracks and the color of it, which is like similar to soil and earth and skin, is also showing dehydration in a way where like cracks are happening, and which is also another problem of like beach houses and summer houses, the scarcity of water. When we come to the houses in this exhibition that are made of marble and porcelain and specifically produced for this exhibition, they originate all from sketches I made of houses when I was trying to remember by heart how beach houses look like. For me, the universal message of this show is like that it's a very personal show. It's my view, it's my introspective of the summer holidays. And I wouldn't want to generalize it, but I feel like it offers so much that everybody can form a narrative out of it. Rather than telling people what to think and what kind of ideas they should be having, it's for me important that people come in and develop their own narratives, and it can be an exchange with each other.